signature. So that's also clear. It depends on what position you have. The QC or QA manager can assign rights to certain persons. So the person makes a lab manager. He is reviewing the results. The lab guy who is really doing the work. And with that, this selected group of persons can electronically sign documents. Their electronic signature is protected by a personal assigned ID and password. So in WinCats that was the same ID but a different password. In VisionCats now we have same ID and same password. They can only release that part of the manufacturing process or lab work for which they have special individual rights. As I said, in VisionCats now you have this possibility of 5 levels, and you can just sign one level in one analysis. So it's not possible to sign for more than one level. So what we had in smaller companies, we had something like they had a girl which was head of laboratory. But on the same thing, she was quality assurance. And then they made it like that she went in with her normal lab password, then she signed it, then she went out and to check it, then she went in with her QA, so she changed her hat, now I'm QA, entered and so on. I think that is really problematic to do it like that. But as usual, the companies they try to find a way around it some way, and usually they find some way around it. But that's really that's some difficulty if you have two hats on. That's if you're in one company. In a smaller company, it's clear also. Here at Camag, we are not that big that we can, for each little part, you can have a special guy who is doing that. So we have some multiple assignments, and therefore also customer can have that. So Camag software and 21 CFR. VisionCats software, there is an option where you can buy, enables the customer to be compliant with the US FDA law and regulations. I put it especially this way. The thing is really that some customers, they buy 21 CFR, they say, yeah, done, 21 CFR. No way. So our software supports the customer that he can have processes that are 21 CFR compliant. So mainly the process of the customer must be compliant with 21 CFR, not a software or instrument or whatever. So therefore, usually if they buy this, the work really begins at this point. But also there is from the simple say, oh yes, we did it, fine, you can now forget about it, to really strictly saying, okay, now we have to really step by step check what that means for us. And for me, it's something like, I don't like the companies that are just saying yes. And on the other hand, there are some maybe Asian countries or also Eastern European countries. There are some really companies that are handling that with real careful and real. So the East European companies, they are mostly daughter companies of Swiss companies, or they are working with Swiss companies together or with United States companies, and that the United States or Swiss company just says, hey, you have to be 21 CFR 11. No? And then they have to go, oh, okay, I do whatever is needed. And so they say, oh, we have to be, and there are audits, and if we fail these audits, we will we have to pay some penalties and things like that. So. And Asian countries, for sure, they are just people there in the offices. They do not have slightest clue about what they're really doing. Not in bad way in terms of they don't know what, but they don't know 21 CFR 11 and things. So they are just they are used to do it word by word, letter by letter. So if it stands here, there has to be a date, then there has to be a date. And they also, it seems that they have the time to really check. So I did something, and now where is now my log entry in the log? So they are looking for each log entry and things like that. So this is really something that is quite demanding also for me sometimes. So they are asking questions, and then you have to prove yes it is. So WinCats is the same. The thing is, with VisionCats it's a little more like he implements the 21 CFR 11 option, and with that, if settings are corrected, then he can work. With WinCats it's a little more like he is starting up the 21 CFR 11 option, and then he has to enter or to create some clever SOPs how to work with WinCats, because as you know, the WinCats you can just save at whatever drive you want, and this is for sure not 21 CFR 11. And if you then save it somewhere on C drive, first you're on your personal drive, which is not very good, and second on, you can come later on with your Windows Explorer and delete, and data is lost. So therefore, WinCats, that's just one, but it's one of the biggest differences. WinCats needs additional SOPs to say, yeah, it's all right. For sure, also VisionCats. If you delete the database, then the database is lost. The data is lost. Therefore, if you willingly delete something, it is lost. So also there, you need to have some SOPs in place saying you're not allowed to delete wherever VisionCats is installed. But it is with VisionCats, it's less like that. With WinCats, you really have to have a lot of SOPs. So that's what I already said. It's very important. The process has to be 21 CFR 11 compliant. The Camag software is ready to support this.
Question. I went to Takeda, the Japanese company. They are buying a new scanner there. And they say to me, okay, you do the qualification to comply with the 21 CFR 11. But did FDA, approve the Camag software? Mm-hmm. So
this question is coming every year. So, and that is really that FDA does not check instruments and software. That's not the work of FDA. So FDA does not do that. You can't go. We talk with FDA guys. You can go to FDA and say, look, this is our software, and they say, I don't care, because exactly this one. It's not the software. Your process. The thing is really, if you have here the software and just a small scanner is good thing, so you have to play it. You put it the wrong way around in. You measure what you get. Usually nothing. Mm-hmm. So the SOP of the process must be: you take the plate from the derivatization or development, and you put it the right way in. or you describe with the application towards the backside of the instrument or something like that. And then you are 21 CFR compliant at this small part. But the software is, as I said, just supporting. But this question is coming quite often. But there you can really strictly say FDA is not. That would be maybe a good business for them.
Yeah.
But
to make money.
yeah, but the thing is really that it wouldn't help, because anyway, the step of your process, doing your process or bringing your process to 21 CFR would be the same.
Yeah.
But this is a frequent question, and usually they say, and if you have somebody who does not believe it, then drop me a mail and I will write it, and then
Call the FDA.
yeah, it is always the same. And this really, I have really, as I've also told Ferry, if there are some stupid questions from the customer and you pass them on, it's completely understandable for me that it's not you asking this question, it's the customer, and the customer doesn't want to hear a yes or no from you. He wants to have a yes or no from the distributor or from the manufacturer. So therefore, it's no issue at all if you send some questions. Yes, send them, and also if sometimes in Slovakia we have Slovenia we have the Kirka. I don't know if you know very the
No.
Yeah, it's a daughter company of Roche, or maybe Roche bought it somewhere out. I don't know, but they are belonging to Roche. And they are really, let me say, nice. They are demanding in terms of everything what is 21 CFR and so, and they keep on questioning. And then Marco Prosek is sending an email, and I send him, and yeah, but we need an official statement. And then I make a letter, the Camag letterhead, stamp on it, official signature, and this is no issue for me. So really, this is a normal behavior of a customer. He wants to be on the safe side, and that's, for me, it's also okay. So if somebody is really taking care about that, it is okay. It's better than the one who is just saying, oh, it's okay, 21 CFR, fine, and now I can forget it. And if there are questions, but why didn't you have, and you, and so better he is really caring about it. And then there are some questions, but it's no issue for me to answer them or to write something like an official statement of something. Even something in India, it is typical, so they have to really to have exactly the wording of the customer. So if they ask, is this instrument having an electronic control of the wavelengths, then you have to say, yes, this instrument has an electronic control of the wavelength. And if you change one word, then it's not the same. So it's not the same. So it could be different. Because the reason behind that is that there's some guy in the not in the laboratory. There's some guy in the office. He has no clue about Hptlc or so. He just sees what's here. Okay, yes, we requested an instrument that has electronic control, or once was a microprocessor controlled instrument. Yeah, our instruments, they have a microprocessor in here, but it wasn't not noted in the specifications, and there we had to. But that's no issue for us. It's clear. Sometimes there are some office guys. They are requesting that. That's no issue. Yeah.
Do you think that the Camag instrument or the TLC method is more questioned because